Good day and welcome to Contemporary Black Voices, where we take on the most important issues confronting Black America. I'm Chris Dawkins and I'll be your host today. Our topic is a year in review. It has been a special year. 2024 has been special because of the political developments over the year. Black America has seen several important deaths that occurred this year, along with Black celebrities who are facing federal criminal indictments. Our panelists are the lovely Dr. Sharon Michael Chadwell and best-selling author and foreign and African policy expert Caleb Alexander. We'd love to hear what you think, so please comment on YouTube at Black Video News. Press and hit the like button and subscribe by hitting the bell so that you are notified whenever we have a new show. And immediately following this show, we do a live show called Hot Topic, where you can post questions and have them answered in real time. So let's begin. Let's jump right into it.
Let's go to this expert over here.
Okay.
Expert.
The expert.
What were your thoughts about 2024?
2024 has been an interesting year. And let's see, on the foreign policy tip, we saw the intervention in Haiti, which has turned out to be a little bit of a disaster because it's still underfunded. They had promised a few thousand troops, and so far they've only deployed about 400 Kenyan troops and about 100 police officers. So that intervention didn't turn out too well. So that was a big news story this year with the intervention of Haiti. Let's see, another big event that happened that was newsworthy on the foreign policy arena. We saw the Southern Sudanese basketball team, right? And we saw their right, and all of their glory and all of their swagger came out there, dressed to impress. You know what I mean? Which, of course, I'm not against dressing to impress, but they are.
Okay.
So we saw the Sudanese team come out there and did quite well. They impressed on the court and off the court. So what are some of your thoughts on 2024?
Oh, wow. The affirmative action DEI rollbacks. This has been a very challenging year, I think, overall. We've seen from Florida to Texas and anywhere else in the country the increase of book bans. In fact, that university that DeSantis took over in Florida, they just not only removed books from a university that they consider woke, they're destroying those books. And then at Harvard, January, it's been a year coming up, but Harvard had seen its first Black female president, Claudine Gay. Not only was she accused of not voicing any type of comments about the terrorizing of Jews on the campus, she was also accused of plagiarism. And so
Which I think we found out was not true, right?
Yeah, it's all kind of stuff that goes on with that. But the fact is that she stepped away and went back into the classroom. We saw other C-suite Black females. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I didn't see as much news about this anti-DEI affirmative action rollback for Black men. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm focusing on Black women. A whole lot of Black women in C-suite positions, especially chiefs of diversity, equity, and inclusion, were let go. Just let go. We've seen it on the media side. I think ABC saw it. We've seen other universities dropping Black women from positions. And the other interesting thing was Family University, where the president and the board got in trouble for accepting this bogus donation.
Mm-hmm.
And it really set the stage to where board members got released. The president of the school finally stepped away. So it was a hard year. It was a hard year watching this, especially as an educator and researcher, watching all of these people in these high positions after seeing multitude of dissertations on how these people, resiliency got them to where they are, to see people like them having to step down because of the DEI massacre, anti-DEI.
So do you think it seemed like those trends seem to trail off toward the end of the year as we got into a political realm, seemed to kind of tail off. My question to you is, do you anticipate and see that happening more, or do you think we've seen the worst of it?
I think 2025, we're going to see some hard realities in the business world in relation to our positions in the C-suite.
Yeah, I kind of see that as well. I don't see the rhetoric being as loud because they won. You know what I mean? And so a lot of that rhetoric was to gin up their base. It was to stoke their base, and it was to otherize other folks. So now I don't see it as being as loud, but I do see it. It's going to be more damaging because now they have the levers of power, and so they're going to exercise those levers of power in a way that's going to be very detrimental to Black folks. I do see that, and as far as the gay situation, they played that all wrong, and the
Who's they?
Harvard played it wrong.
Okay.
They allowed certain Congress people with an axe to grind, like Stefanik, to
attack her,
to damage them. And what they did was they installed Garber, who is a lot more timid, and he instituted policies that really moved to silence free speech, to stifle free speech on that campus. And they moved into a space where they're not as supportive of Black folks and Black voices on campus. As a result of that, they lost a rock star to Princeton. They lost Dr. Khalil Gibran Muhammad to Princeton and his institutional racism policy or think tank to Princeton. And so they lost a mega rock star as far as a professor.
Why do you think an institution like Harvard allowed themselves to initially actually be bullied? Okay? Because I don't think that they really needed to do what they did. Right. But in Johnny Cochran's words, this was a rush to judgment.
They shouldn't even win.
Right.
Honestly, I wouldn't. They didn't just invite Harvard. They invited a bunch of college presidents. All the rest of them were smart enough to say we ain't going to that because they knew what it was. It was an ambush. Why she went, I have no idea. Because I would have been like, nope, I'm not going. Princeton ain't going. Yale ain't going. MIT. MIT did go. MIT and Penn did go. But I would be like, Princeton ain't going, Stanford ain't going. No, I'm not going, you know what I mean? No.
She probably went because she thought that she could handle it.
Right.
I'm not saying that she couldn't handle it, but there was a gap in how she did handle that situation. Now, on the fun part, the Chinese students were used as a means of getting affirmative action, especially at these Ivy League colleges, reversed. Now they're complaining because they're not getting the enrollment that they think they are getting. In fact, it's gotten lower. And the enrollment of Blacks, especially Harvard, is still the same level.
Right. Those positions went to white kids. The positions that the Chinese students were trying to take away from Black kids, you know what I mean? The Black enrollment pretty much remained the same. The additional positions went to white kids.
I'm gonna ask another question, both of you really. I can't pronounce the guy's name. They're working with Elon Musk, Big Six
Vivek
Vivek
Ramaswamy.
or whatever.
Ramaswamy.
Vivek
So,
Ramaswamy.
this is kind of a little bit on the subject, but it's also a little bit off the subject because it's what he said recently is, and I don't know if either one of you heard it, but he's saying there's not enough people in America for the technical jobs, and they need to have some people come in from India for the technical jobs.
See,
Now the administration has been saying they're trying to export people out of the country, and this guy is saying we need to bring more in.
and with that comment, we're going to be right back.